Hello, you're welcome to the International Masterful Speakers Masterclass. My name is David Lawal, the Masterful Speakers Coach. I'm so happy to be your friend and your coach. And I want to say thank you so much for committing your resources into this masterclass. We are hoping that you get a lot of value in return for your investment in yourself. So this is Module 1, Introduction to Masterful Public Speaking. There are 6 modules in this masterclass, and these 6 modules have several sections under them. For example, this Module 1 has 3 sections under it, but in this video I'm going to be focusing mainly on the first section of Module 1. The aim of this International Masterful Speakers Masterclass is to move you from being one who has been chasing after becoming a confident speaker to raise your stakes higher to being one who is aiming, seriously and earnestly aiming to be a masterful public speaker. So we want to make sure that you are aiming higher than just gaining confidence in speaking, but to gaining real mastery in speaking, because here we train masterful speakers. Our masterful speakers are confidence plus speakers, because there are several things that are involved in you becoming a really masterful speaker. It is confidence, yeah, but there is so much more to masterful speaking than just the mere possession of confidence. So let me just run you through those 6 modules before I dive into Module 1, the first section of Module 1. So Module 1 of the International Masterful Speakers Masterclass is Introduction to Masterful Public Speaking, surefire principles and practices you need to become a competent, certified, and hopefully satisfied professional speaker or speaking professional in 1 month. And then Module 2 is How to Master Spoken English, mastering the dynamics of speaking with fluency, polish, and style. And then Module 3 is How to Prepare for your most memorable speaking engagement, preparation keys that unlock lasting transformation in your listeners. And then Module 4 is How to Get and Sustain Speaking Platforms and Speaking Invitations, the best practices of building your global brand as a sought-after professional speaker and or speaking professional. And then Module 5 is How to Host Your Own Event, success principles for conceiving and delivering life-changing events, even if you have little or no resources, influence, or expertise. And then Module 6 is How to Leverage on the most unexplored but most radical key of mastery, the hidden ingredients of A-list speakers and champions in human history when it comes to public speaking and several other fields of human endeavor. So let us jump to Module 1, Introduction to Masterful Public Speaking. There are 3 sections in this module. The first section is How to Get the Best from the International Masterful Speakers Masterclass, and that's going to be the focus of this video. The second section is the nature and benefits of masterful public speaking, and then the third section is the 3 tenets of masterful public speaking. Let's get down to the first section. As I told you earlier, the first section is how to gain the best from this masterclass. So let's first ask the question, why this masterclass? Why did this masterclass come into existence when we originally created it several years back? Now, the reason for this masterclass is because we discovered a need. I personally discovered a need in Africa and all over the world, the need for speakers who can help cure the epidemic of poor thinking in our society. And then I also saw the need for innovative and inventive thinkers, and then the need for transformational leaders. And I believe that the reason you are in this masterclass, the reason you decided to sign up for this masterclass, is because one of those needs actually resonates with you. Is either you want to help to cure the epidemic of poor thinking in our society, in Nigeria or in Africa or in any other part of the world, Or it might be that you have the desire to be an innovative and inventive thinker, or you want to raise people to be innovative and inventive thinkers. So if that is you, then this masterclass is really for you, because when we designed this masterclass, we had that in mind. And then we designed this masterclass because we saw the need for transformational leaders. Is either you want to become a transformational leader, or you want to help other people to become transformational leaders. If that is you, then this masterclass is truly for you. So I welcome you to class, and I hope that you're going to have a wonderful time, a great adventure in this masterclass. Let's get down to some winning principles that will help you to excel in this masterclass, that will make this masterclass a real growth experience for you, that will make you to experience explosive growth in this masterclass. So the first winning principle I want to give to you is that you must have a growth mindset. You need to have a growth mindset. You see, personal development or growth in any area of our life is not doing what we've always done, the way we've always done it with the people we've always done it with. Sometimes it's doing what you've always done in the way you've never done it, with people you've never done it with, or it may be that it's doing something you've never done in a way you've never done it with people you've never done it with. So here in this masterclass, we are hoping that you open up your mind and be ready to learn some best practices of masterful public speaking and be willing to apply them. Now, the second winning principle I want to share with you that I believe will help you to gain the very best from this masterclass is that you actively participate in class and in the chat room. Engage with people. Make sure that your training, your participating in this masterclass is having a training effect upon other people who are in the masterclass. The third winning principle I want to share with you is that you take detailed notes. As you know, the faintest pen has been said, or the faintest pencil has been said to be sharper than the sharpest brain. So I want you to take detailed notes and attempt all the things that you're learning, and make sure that all the things that you're learning are being internalized by you, so that when you get on the field, you are able to practice those things. And then that leads me to the winning principle number 4. Attempt all practice exercises. Now, there are two things that I believe that if you must play at the level of mastery, you must combine in order for you to be a master. You know, there are a lot of people who are consistently practicing, but you never see them perform at the level of mastery. It's simply because they do not have these two things combined in their efforts when they practice. It's because they do not have practiced information before they go ahead to do informed practice. You know, if you don't even have practiced information, then there is no way you'll be able to have informed practice. So a lot of people only practicing and practicing and practicing, but you do not see that massive improvement in their lives. You do not see mastery in their life. It's simply because they do not get practiced information. And in this masterclass, we are sharing with you the best practices. The information we are going to be sharing with you, they will be the best practices of public speaking, the best practices of masterful public speaking. So practiced information. Anything that is shared with you in this masterclass, I can assure you, will be things that I've personally practiced, or the things that my students have practiced, or the things that I've seen great speakers practice. So I want to make sure that you are ready to do your best, right? To practice the things that you learn from this masterclass. So there will be practiced information, and then that will lead to informed practice. So that when you are practicing, you are sure that you are putting in practice the best practice of masterful speaking, and that way you can never go wrong. So the fifth winning principle I want to share with you so that you can get the best from this masterclass is to ask lots of questions. You see, I like to say that whatever lecture I give to you in this masterclass, whatever lecture or the trainers and coaches give to you in this masterclass, they form only 20% of the value that you can get from this masterclass. Only 20%. Now, I want to give you the whole value. I want to give you 100% value. But in order for us to do that, you need to ask us questions. That's why we attach the rest of the 80% of value that you're going to be getting to the questions that you ask us, to the challenges that you share with us. So make sure you ask lots of questions, not just questions, but lots of questions. It was John Maxwell who said that good leaders ask great questions, or was it great leaders ask good questions? Now, the sixth winning principle I want to share with you is interact and network with your fellow masterful speakers in the group chat. Make sure that you connect and become friends. You will see later on in the masterclass, we're going to share with you how that you can use some gold standard practices that will help you to master spoken English and to master anything at all, right? And you will discover that association is part of those gold standard practices. But I want you to interact and begin to network with all the fellow masterful speakers that you have in the group chat. Slide into their DMs, form friendships with them, and become friends with them. Make sure that you also interact with them when they leave a contribution or a feedback in the chat room. Make sure that you respond to them. So interact and network with your fellow masterful speakers in the group chat. The final part of this first section of the International Masterful Speakers Masterclass Module 1 is an information about the Masterful Speakers Challenge and some of the awards that you stand to win if you perform excellently in a Masterful Speakers Challenge. You see, in this masterclass, we make sure that you practice and we give you time for that. We give you prompt for practice. But then there is a final practice that you're going to have that is really going to stretch you. So that is called the Masterful Speakers Challenge. Now, let me give you some details about the Masterful Speakers Challenge. It's the final exercise in the International Masterful Speakers Masterclass, and we hope that it will stretch you into the Masterful Speaker of your dreams. It's a video presentation where you put into practice all you've learned from the masterclass. You see, this video presentation will be compared with your first practice video, and then your performance will be graded by how far you have improved when we compare your first practice video with this Masterful Speakers Challenge. We're going to see how far you've improved, and then we're going to grade you through that means. And we're also going to consider the engagements your video can attract. So your grading is going to be based on that. So once you complete this Masterful Speakers Challenge successfully, you qualify for your certificate. So in order for you to qualify to get your certificate, you must do the Masterful Speakers Challenge. And I want to announce to you excitedly that awards and incentives will be given to winners of the Masterful Speakers Challenge. And you can win because there are several awards. There are several awards and you can win at least one. And one person can win several of this kind of awards, okay? Here are the awards that you stand to win. There is the award for the most resolute masterful speaker, an award for the most influential masterful speaker, an award for the most proactive masterful speaker, an award for the deepest thinking masterful speaker, an award for the most confident masterful speaker, an award for the most articulate masterful speaker, an award for the most creative masterful speaker, an award for the most consistent masterful speaker, and an award for the most credible masterful speaker. Now let me explain what those awards entail. The most resolute masterful speaker is that masterful speaker whom we recognize to be the most determined for transformation. So we're going to be watching you. We're going to be seeing the way that you are carrying forth into action and into your daily life the things that you're learning from the masterclass. And we are going to award the most resolute masterful speaker who gives feedback about the classes, about the lectures, like even this lecture that you've taken today. The kind of feedback that you give will determine if you are really resolute. And then the most influential masterful speaker, this is the masterful speaker whose practice exercises get the most number of impressions and engagements and interactions. Now, the most proactive masterful speaker will be the masterful speaker who submits his or her practice exercises early enough. The deepest thinking masterful speaker will be the masterful speaker with the most thought-provoking content, right? And then the most confident masterful speaker, definitely that boldness before the camera, the most articulate masterful speaker, the one who has a seamless flow in their presentation, right? The masterful speaker who is really articulate, who is structured in the way that they deliver their speech. The most creative masterful speaker, definitely, creativity. We are still going to learn that in the masterclass. And then the most consistent masterful speaker, the one who is really showing up early enough to take the masterclass, who is always showing up at the most appropriate time to take the masterclass, very consistent with their practice exercises, very consistent with taking the masterclass, very consistent with giving feedback. And then the most credible masterful speaker, the most credible masterful speaker will be the one whose videos, whose practice exercises will be research rich, okay, story based, research rich, and several other things that make for credibility, who gives a message that is easy for us to believe, that is really captivating and intriguing in a way that we really just want to agree, who brings a lot of burden of proof upon whatever subject he or she is discussing. Now, of all these categories of awards, we are still going to have two other awards, right, that are like awards of high achievement. Now, the first runner-up of the Masterful Speakers Challenge is going to be crowned the most promising masterful speaker, while the winner, the number one of the International Masterful Speakers Masterclass Masterful Speakers Challenge is going to be crowned the most masterful speaker. And I hope that you're going to be the one. So let me know, which of those awards do you want to win? Leave it for me in the comment section. Have you learned anything in this introductory section of the International Masterful Speakers Masterclass, particularly this first section of Module 1, how to get the best from this masterclass? So tell me, what really stood out for you? And do you have any questions? Leave the questions for me in the comment section, or send a voice note to our chat room so that we can engage with you and answer your questions. And as we are closing, I wish to remind you that personal development is not doing the things that you've always done the way you've always done it, with people you've always done it with. Sometimes it's doing what you've never done with people you've never done it with, and in a way you've never done it, right? And sometimes it's doing what you've always done. Let's say you've always been speaking, but in a way you've never done it and with people you've never done it with. So that's why you're in this masterclass. And then, as Tony Robbins said, knowledge is not power. Knowledge is potential power. Action is the true power. I remain your friend and your coach, David Lawal. And right now I want to say, keep speaking masterfully. I hope we get to see you again. See you in the next section of this masterclass. Bye for now.